Alright, so now I think is as good a time as any to discuss if statements. So let's make a new class. Let's call it if statements. Okay, so we're also going to check that box right there, press finish, good. Okay, so if statements allow us to control the execution of our program. So let's make an arbitrary variable. Int my number is going to be equal to 1. Okay? So let's see. Let's make an if statement, our first if statement. If, and then we're going to put two open brackets, and then we're going to make a code block by making semicolons. That's a code block. That's the two brackets in which our condition will go into. So if the condition that's within these two brackets is true, so let's say our condition is if my num is equal to 1. Notice how we use two equal sign to make this a condition. If we just used 1, that's saying we want my num to equal to 1, and that's not a condition. So we want if my num has the value of 1, we're going to execute whatever is within this code block right here. So what are we going to execute? We're going to do system.out.println, and we're going to say it, my num is 1. Okay, so let's see if that plays. Play. Okay, my num is 1. Excellent. What happens if we change this to 2? Nothing happens. You know why? Because the program went down here, it looked at this, it said, does my num have a value? It checked my num, it didn't have a value of 1, so this wasn't executed. I wanted to say something if my num is equal to anything else other than 1. Here we go into an if-else statement. So after this code block, we're going to put the word else, and then we're going to open another code block. So if anything else is the value of 1, or if anything else is the value of my num, then this is going to be executed. So let's see, system.out.println my num is not 1. There we go. Good. So now if we play, my num is not 1. We set it to 1. My num is 1. I'll try to get a more applied example of this in a later video. However, this covers the basic structure of an if statement and how to use them in your code.